Thailand, the land of smiles, home to the world's largest Buddha statue. Unlike other Buddha images which are gilded, this statue is of pure gold. In an attempt to conceal its true significance and protect it from thieves, the highly valuable statue was covered with a thick layer of stucco, which was painted and inlaid with glass. On 25th of May 1955, while shifting the statue, the rope broke, causing the statue to fall hard on the ground and chipping off the plaster, allowing the gold surface underneath to be seen. The monks immediately started chipping off the stucco around the crack, and hours later, they found themselves standing in front of a solid gold Buddha that had been covered in clay for over 700 years. If it weren't for the serendipity and the inevitable winds of change, the gold statue might have never been freed from the clay suffocating its brilliance. The golden Buddha in this story is a metaphor for the potential that remains hidden in each one of us. The story serves to highlight the importance of shedding the hardening layers we acquire throughout our lives, which prevent us from revealing our inner radiance. Over the course of our lives, we pile upon layers of clay over our golden self. The heaviest and the thickest clay is our own doing. It's our limited thinking and our unconscious conditioning. The other layers of clay get added on from external influences like parents, teachers, friends and media, and eventually we get so laden with clay that we forget that there's a golden Buddha lying within us. Our time on earth is limited. We all know this, yet for some reason we generally push it on one side. We get caught in the trap of believing there are infinite tomorrows when it's simply not the case. Life is a fleeting ride, and most people don't discover how to live until it is time to die. Most of us let life act on us. We are asleep at the wheel of our own lives, and the days slip into weeks and weeks into months and months into years, and before we know it, we are on our deathbeds wondering where all the time went. The idea of legacy may remind us of death, but it's not about death. Being remembered of death is a good thing because death reminds us of the need to live life full. It gives you a perspective on what is important. It helps us to decide the kind of life we want to live and the kind of world we want to live in. Legacy building keeps us focused on the long term and gives us values that we can judge our actions by. Friends, one of the biggest areas of self-sabotage is negative emotions that come in the form of arrogance, false pride, sense of entitlement and ego. Individuals who fail to prune their pride will meet demise. That's not a guess, it's a guarantee. With pride, it's not a matter of if we fail, but when. There are no exceptions. Pride has many flavors and they all make life unpleasant. Some of the flavors include sense of entitlement, ego and arrogance. People with a sense of entitlement believe that the world owes them something in exchange for nothing. They have an exaggerated belief that he or she is an exception to the rule and much more deserving of life's greatest blessings than others. Entitlement inevitably leads to disappointment, and disappointment always leads to suffering. Second flavor of hubristic pride that acts as the biggest roadblock to ultimate success is arrogance. There are two circumstances that lead to arrogance. One is when you are wrong and you can't face it. The other is when you are right and nobody else can face it. Arrogant people act as if they know everything, and anything that contradicts what they believe is either evaded or rejected out at hand. The third flavor of false pride is ego. One of the biggest reasons why ego is your enemy is that it keeps you out of touch with reality. Your ego is what prevents you from hearing critical but necessary feedback from others. Friends, an antidote to false pride is acknowledging your smallness in the vastness of this universe. The problem with human mind is its difficulty in realizing how insignificant it is on a cosmic scale. Once you realize you don't matter, everything matters. Paradoxically, Once you understand the truth of your insignificance, everything in life can become more meaningful. Knowing you have an escape plan will prevent you from giving every ounce of effort needed for victory. Friends, retreat is easy when you let yourself have the option. When failure is an option, there is lack of commitment. Every person who wins in an undertaking must be willing to burn his ships and cut all sources of retreat. Only by doing so can he be sure of maintaining that state of mind known as a burning desire to win, which is essential to success. Born in 1982 in Australia, Nick Vujicic came into the world with neither arms nor legs. While Nick was born with Tetraamelia syndrome, a rare disorder characterized by absence of all full limbs, many of us suffer from a syndrome called as PLOM. And the word PLOM is an acronym for the phrase "poor little old me." It is used to describe people who wallow in self-pity and always think that the grass is greener on the other side. We are often looking for someone or something else to blame for any troubles we may be having. The truth is that the individual responsible most often for the majority of our problems can be found looking back at us from our own mirror. The longer you run around crying "poor little old me," the deeper you sink into this PLOM disease. Victim thinking and self-pity have never served anyone. They only prevent individuals from moving forward, becoming self-sufficient and succeeding in life. It is up to you to make your life count. At the end of the day, we can wait to be rescued, or we can put one foot in front of the other, doing the best we can with whatever we have.